Ghostbusters Afterlife is directed by Jason Reitman and stars McKenna Grace, Finn Wolfhard, and Paul Rudd. The film tells the story of a single mom and her two kids who arrive in a small town and then begin to discover their connection to the original Ghostbusters and the secret legacy their grandfather left behind. How's it going, everyone? I'm Jake. So I went and saw Ghostbusters Afterlife, and it was exactly how I expected. I went in expecting that this was going to be a lot of fun, sort of like Free Guy, and it ended up being a lot of fun. It surprisingly respects the classic, but it does give us a lot of fan service, which I don't think is a bad thing, because this movie feels like an actual movie, unlike a movie like Rise of Skywalker. This and Endgame, I thought, are great fan service movies for these franchises. And speaking of surprises, there's a lot of them in this movie, and it's worth it for just those, at least. Do not spoil this movie for anybody. I'm not going to spoil it here, but yeah, there's just a lot of surprises, and we'll move on from there. I would also say to rewatch the original movie before seeing this. You probably need to brush up on it anyway. Let's be real, you probably haven't seen it in a while. I don't know about Ghostbusters 2. I don't know if you have to see it. I watched it, so I don't know. Maybe I would be more confused if I hadn't, but I wasn't really sensing that you really had to watch Ghostbusters 2 at all in this. Jason Reitman really impressed me, as he's not really a commercial director at all, unlike his father, who, of course, was Ivan Reitman, who directed the original Ghostbusters, and he directed some other stuff as well. I thought he did a great job in the original Ghostbusters, but I think that Jason actually does a good job in this one as well. He was the biggest part that sort of surprised me, because this is his first feature, so I didn't know how good it was going to be, but he actually has some directing chops. There's also some wonderful emotion all throughout this movie. I can't really spoil about anything, but it's really great. There's some great family-related emotion through it, and they give us some emotional moments related to the original Ghostbusters as well, and I thought that was really great. I thought that the first act to this movie was sort of slow, and the pacing was really off throughout this movie sometimes. The second act begins to speed up, and it starts to get going there, but the third act is an absolute blast, and it was just so entertaining and the best part of the movie. Also, the sound design here, the sound mixing, it's all very, very good. You have all of these weapons and machines going off constantly, so the sound quality has to be good. It's theater-worthy sound quality. Now, I'm not saying that you should spend your money to go and see this movie. I sort of am, but if there's something else that is doing better, or maybe even not doing as well, but sounds better or is getting better reviews, maybe I would go see that movie. But if you can, go and see this movie in theaters. There's certainly better movies out, but if you can, go and see this movie. I think you'll really enjoy it. Now, this is from the trailers, but there is a scene of all the characters driving around chasing a ghost with all of the original Ghostbuster tools, and it is thrilling and awesome, and there's a couple scenes like that in this movie that are just a lot of fun, and were honestly the highlights of this movie. So that's just another reason, like just those at least, are a reason enough to go. Now, as for the cast, I thought McKenna Grace did a phenomenal job here. She plays the character that she is supposed to play very, very well. She plays it perfectly, actually. She clearly has major acting chops, just based off this at least. But I think McKenna Grace, it's not far off to say that she might be one of the best, if not the best, child actors working today. Not only did she do a great job in this, she was phenomenal in the movie Gifted from 2017 with Chris Evans, and she's also made appearances in I, Tonya, Captain Marvel, and Malignant, among others, and I think that she's done a great job in everything that she's been in, and I'm very excited to see what she does next, because she's got a surprisingly great filmography thus far. Other than that, Finn Wolfhard does a great job as well. His subplot, it runs a little dry throughout the movie, and it's not nearly as good as the main plot, but I was entertained whenever he was on screen, and I think that he's really great in not just Stranger Things, but this as well. Carrie Coon and Paul Rudd are really nice in this movie and have some awesome moments, and that's all I'm going to say about them, because there's some big spoilers related to them. Unfortunately, I thought Logan Kim did not work in this movie sometimes. I thought his character was just so annoying sometimes, and a little weird, and not in a good way. But he had a few good moments, so I enjoyed that. There are also 2 post-credit scenes. The first is very entertaining, and the second is very important. Again, all I'm going to say, but I highly recommend that you go and watch those. Overall, I really liked this movie. I think it is a solid 7 out of 10. Thank you all for watching. I've got a King Richard review coming soon, as well as a review for Tick Tick Boom. I think my King Richard review will be out tomorrow. I'm hoping for the Tick Tick Boom one to be out on Sunday. But thank you all for watching. Comment down below your thoughts on the original Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, or this new one, anything Ghostbusters related. And like and subscribe, of course, and see you guys.